It's 7th of April, currently 11:21 a.m. GMT. This is the Bitcoin hourly chart. I've taken a long in here. I've taken a long here in BTC, right around this 75,500 mark in here, and I'm trying to push price higher. Just want to discuss that. It's a bit risky trade in here. Just you can see the global markets are sort of melting down right now. Even it's as I'm speaking, NQ is down 2% here. You can see right here, and it's just coming into that structure. So we'll discuss the trade in a bit, and then first I want to discuss the indices right here. So if we go on that weekly chart here, you could probably see that like we after Trump announces the tariffs, it has dropped a lot, right? The release right here is, as you can see, certainly like 20% almost. So but I want to highlight like what's coming into. So this level here, I think, is very important according to my understanding. Now of course could just melt down from here for sure, but looking at the overall structure and how the market behaves, this is the 2021 price move lower in here, and then we sort of push us above the whole of that structure with this bit of area, and then sort of it's pushing above with all of this whole structure here, as I point out, with this bit of that price action. So price already came in, picked up the top side and released up, never really retested the other end. So right now it's coming into it, and also seeing how it's coming into it is very important as well. So if you go on the daily chart, you'll probably see like just a very, very inefficient and very, very aggressive move lower into that level. So it could be the bottom, I don't know, but the level is pretty strong according to the higher time frames, and even the monthly chart, the level is pretty strong according to me. Of course, it would take time to bottom up. Even if it does bottom out in here, I think it would take a certain amount of time in here. So if I had to say something, let's say it just right now it has opened, so maybe consolidate here for a month, and then maybe probably around that mid of May, it starts to sort of rallies back up, and tries to move back up higher. But the effect of the tariffs and the fundamental change that has gone on in the global trade is very hard to ignore, and it's something that is very important, which certainly goes beyond the technical price structure. So I don't know, but this trade here, this price action here, I think is very tradable. Of course there's a lot of volatility in this, and if you probably know how to manage your risk well, I think it's a pretty decent opportunity for trading in here. I don't know if this will be the bottom here, but it certainly does look like a nice structure to at least for a bounce. Maybe, let's say, I mean it's already bounced, but let's say something like 5% or even into basically that area. So that would put us above somewhere around there would be 11%. So who knows, but just looking at the all the other indices, you can see ES, S&P futures here, a nice place, I think nice place to eventually buy for long term, I guess, and very, very, very nice, very nice price, very nice structure in this whole of this structure here. I think it's pretty nice. Same with Dow. Just all of the three major indices are showing the same structure. So I don't know what happens, but I think it's just a nice opportunity to be trading this, I guess, and try to no, I'm trying to pick a bottom in here, but I think it's just we could utilize some sort of volatility inside of these areas, and then maybe try to catch some move to the upside, and see if it moves a lot from there. But if it's a bit of a stretched issue, I think, and then probably I think it just tries to put in a base, and then again, as I said, maybe puts in a base, and then we go from there. But as far as the trade is concerned, BTC, I think it's the setup that I like. It's a setup I like to trade. You can see here it's a daily chart, and here we have that overall base in here, price release chart. It's coming into this inefficient areas to fill in that. We bounce some of these small structures in here, and then what's important for me is how it's coming down in here, and it's probably creating an extension below this low. This if I show you this on the on the 1 hour chart, you'll see that there's a little bit of a thin spot in here like this, and it's coming into the term some thicker structure in here. And then if you go into and analyze this bit of consolidation, it doesn't look much I don't think there's much liquidity inside of this base, other than there could still be something inside of this area into that 85,000 area, which was feeding that move lower. Very very risky trade for sure, but it's something I would like to see how it plays out. This is the 1 hour chart. Let's go on a 15. So long from this 75-ish 500 area somewhere here, and then I'm trying to see if price holds above this AS in the beginning, and then if it tries to push. So far it's holding, but it's still we still have a lot of pockets that price need to move through. So one would be here, and then here and here. Once price I don't know if this trade works or not, but I'll be confident in saying that if price does move and starts holding us above that bit of shelf in here, let's call it 80,000 areas, if it starts putting in a consolidation above here, I think that will probably put us in a great position to actually move up back into this 86,000 or for that matter of fact 85,000 area. And if 85,000 area breaks, then potentially you're looking at this to be the bottom here, and then price probably tries to move back up into we could basically talk about 100,000 areas, but it's not the best to be trading against the current it's not the best to be trading against the current market market environment, which is of course to the bearish and just flowing lower. So but it's just certainly you can decrease our risk on these kind of trades and see how it plays out. So far a small position. I would like to see if it holds here, and then try to build position in that as the price action develops, and trying to add in those positions here. And in terms of stop loss, I opened up my stop right here at 72.8, roughly below 72.8 in here. It's unlikely that I'll probably let price get there before I close the position, but certainly need to be really protective. And also I opened up my stop that much lower because I wanted to decrease the position size in here. So a little bit of a wider stop than usual. Now as I was saying, the opportunity for a long here, certainly I'm not going to be short it here. That's one thing for sure. After prices move like this, I'm not going to be short it. So to me the opportunity is there because I can use this sort of volatility to basically limit my risk and then try to catch a move if it does move, of course. But if I'm taking a trade here, then also what is it, like around $3,000 stop loss, and then if I can try to catch move back into this 82,000 area, and if it does move back into 85s and even higher, so I think that would be a nice opportunity in here. Not saying that it will, most probably it might not work, I think, but I think the opportunity is very, very nice. Our risk profile on this trade is very, very nice. So let's see what happens in here. And just looking at the short-term time frames on the indices, looking at this 15-minute chart on the Nasdaq in here, certainly it looks like the pressure is still to the downside. Still looks like it has created a bit of a base in here. Maybe let's see if it holds right now and tries to push us up. Of course, the first level that it has to deal with is probably this 17,550. After that, could reach back up into this 850 area, but then I think probably just moves back up into this 18,500, let's call it, area, and then we go from there. And then of course the journey is not that simple. That's a lot of points that I'm talking about, but certainly one thing at a time for now. I do think it just relaxes a bit in here for a few trading sessions, and let's see how we go from there. Also pointing out the ratio of Bitcoin to S&P. it looks like a nice accumulation, a breakout in here. So just watching it closely if it does move, if it does tries to move up. Of course, if Bitcoin rallies, for sure it will go back up, you know. But just an interesting chart that I would like to like to point out since it's holding above its prior resistance right here. So breakout, and then it's holding right there. So that's pretty interesting. Also MSTR. MSTR here you can see very interesting. Certainly did not break down to the market. Right now it's opening 10% lower right here, but maybe moves into 244 to 240s area, and then see if it holds, and if it breaks out, you know, of course probably should move with Bitcoin, or Bitcoin will move with it, who knows. But certainly an interesting chart. So holding relatively well compared to the other market in here. So let's see how it will play out. Maybe we'll try to add in some position if the market makes it available, if it gives the opportunity. So far it's coming back into it. It can't even get back through that area. So that's very interesting, and certainly doesn't look good for our position. But I guess we'll see how it moves, and could take some time to play out. That's why I'm not managing it very aggressively. I'll try to get out of this position if it let's say moves below 74.3. If it sort of starts holding below this let's call it 74.800 area, I'll probably close the position, then go on from there and see how it's developing. And then maybe, you know, maybe we take some longs later on back into this 73 area or 71. If it goes below 71, or if it goes below that area, forget about it. Not touching it then. But for now, the opportunity, the risk profile is pretty nice on this. So let's see what happens, and that's pretty much it. Yeah.